Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Grilla Girl here. And we're going to grill us some really rich and creamy macaroni and cheese. So I'm going to go ahead and boil a big pot of water and cook 1 pound of elbows. If you want to use spirals or something else because it's fun, that's fine, but 1 pound. So my secret in my boiling water, it always tells you to add salt for pasta. Well, I am going to add salt, but my secret is I use bouillon. It'll either be 2 cubes or 2 spoonfuls in my water. I'm going to cook the noodles till al dente, which means they're a little bit firm to the bite. Okay, y'all, I have cooked the noodles and I have them in the strainer in the sink, so I'm going to assemble the cheese sauce. I've also went ahead and got my pan ready for the macaroni and cheese, and y'all that know me know my obsession with Pam, so I've used butter Pam just to lightly coat the bottom of the pan. One trick I want to tell you is at least put 2, because this macaroni and cheese is very heavy and I don't want you to, when you take it out, tip the pan and burn yourself. So go ahead and just use 2 pans. So what we're going to do is take the stick of butter, and this pan is still warm from where I had the pasta cooking, so that butter's going to melt pretty quick. Then I'm going to add my other ingredients. So I'm going to use a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/2 teaspoon, maybe a little bit heaping of dry mustard, and then let that melt. And then I have cubed up my cream cheese just to make it melting easier. And then I've also cubed up the 1/2 block of the Velveeta cheese. So we're gonna let that melt. And if it's the pan is not hot enough, put it on very, very low, because we just want it to melt. We don't want to cook it. Just want to get it to melt. So then we're going to add our 1 cup of 50/50. And then remember, I had a combination of cheeses of the sharp cheddar and the Colby Jack mixture. If you've decided to use the mild cheddar, that's fine too. I'm going to put, this ends up total of 4 cups of cheese. I'm going to put almost all of it in here. I'm just going to save a little bit for the top. Okay, y'all, this is all melted and it's going to look very, very thick. Very thick. You can see that? All right. Now is when we're going to add the beaten eggs and another cup of 50/50. And we're actually going to season this too. Another 1/2 teaspoon of dry mustard. Another 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, and another 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. And then instead of salt, I'm going to add a teaspoon of the chicken bouillon powder to this mixture. Beat the eggs. Make sure this is turned off and it's not too hot, and we're just going to stir this in. So I'm just going to stir it up until it becomes creamy. And then I'm going to stir in my macaroni noodles. So since I've turned it on and set it to 400, I'm going to wait until I hear the pellets start falling and I know that it's ignited. I'm going to put it in before it actually preheats to the 400. Because at the beginning part, you'll notice when you cook on your Grilla, that's when you'll see some smoke emitting. And I want to get as much of that intensified smoke flavor on this macaroni as I can, since it is a short cook. So, as you saw in the kitchen, I have assembled it. And you see the crumbs on top, the Ritz crackers. I'm going to go ahead and put it in. Right in the center. And close it up. The grill is already to 75 and I just turned it on. So now that it's ignited, you can see the Grilla flame down here. I'm going to wait for 30 minutes. By then, it should be done. Okay, y'all, it's been 30 minutes and the mac and cheese is done. Look at that. Yum. Look at there. Ready for your family to enjoy. I would let it cool 10 to 15 minutes, just like you would lasagna, if you can. Some people are going to want to dig right into it. But there's my macaroni and cheese recipe. I appreciate it. Have a happy holiday.
it.